On the News Channel 5 network, this is MorningLine with Nick Barris.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on MorningLine. Nick Barris here on a Thursday. A good day, as always, to stick with us on the program today. You know, I actually was just sent some video. I've been inside doing news reports all morning, but it's snowing in parts. Was it snowing coming in?
It was.
A little bit of flakes coming down. Leland predicted as much. Don't worry about the run to the grocery store for milk and bread. It's not going to be sledding weather. I wish it would be, but anyway, it's cold. Sit back and enjoy the program today. We're going to talk about an organization here in Metro that helps an awful lot of people, and some of the services that are available out there, many of you may not know are available. Maybe you don't need them yourself, but you know of someone, if you're watching today's show, who could benefit from this, and you can learn how or tell them how to get in touch to get that help. Community Assistance Program's what it's going to be about, and we'll take your phone calls as well as we talk basically about the Metro Action Commission that has been around for, what, more than 5 decades. We've got with us this morning Lisa McGrady. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming on.
Again.
It's been a while. We're in this studio now, and Marvin Cox also with the MAC Community Programs Director.
Thank you.
You're kind of their public information officer and getting the word out. And yeah, it's interesting. I think one of the first shows I did when I first started here, you know, several years back, with Larry Britton as my co-host, was on the Metro Action Commission, and talking then, as we're going to talk today, about the services that you provide. Maybe for some of the viewers, and we have so many new people that have moved into the area, tell them about Metro Action Commission.
Okay. You want me to go, or you want to go? Okay.
All right.
Nick, the Metropolitan Action Commission is what's called a community action agency. And what that simply means is that we have programs and services available to income-eligible families. Okay. And so these are families who their incomes are lower than the medium income. And so we have programs to make up the difference. And so we partner with families in different ways. And so our ultimate goal is to make sure the health and well-being of every family that lives here in Davidson County is taken care of. So things such as electricity, water, deposits when they've been homeless and now they're coming out of homelessness.
To help them get into the first apartment.
To get into their first apartment or home. We're able to do that. We also have an education component, which is for adults and children. So we have an adult education program that helps adults that haven't gotten their high school diploma. Okay. And so we have a classroom and support system, career path for them as well, college path for them. We also have what's called the Head Start and Early Head Start program. And so that's early childhood education from children birth to 5. And so our early Head Start is for our infants and toddlers, and then once they hit that age 3, they transition over into our Head Start program. And so we have them until they're eligible to go to kindergarten. And so the purpose of that is to make sure that they're prepared for lifelong learning. And so we have a lot of programs, a lot of partnerships. And so if there are services that our families need that we don't have, we're charged to find out what's available in our city so that we can help them. We also have a workforce development component, which is very, very exciting. We're looking at industries that are in need of employers or employees
that are growing,
that they need certifications, you know, and that's all that they need, you know. And so we're able to partner with IT companies to do an IT credential that makes them eligible to have these entry-level positions. We have a wonderful partnership with within Metro government, such as the Sheriff's Department and Metro Schools and some other places where we're at Metro IT, where we're able to place them in work environments after they finish that credential, and it's paid. You know,
and these are places that are hiring, meaning that you're setting them up for jobs that are available.
Absolutely, that have high wages, and so that the goal is for them not to need organizations like ours, so that they're able to provide for their families just like you and I do.
And what I found is that the idea is to get them on their feet again.
Absolutely.
Typically, the type of services that you provide, they're not long-term, and I guess at least that's my observation. The idea is we're going to try to help you during this crisis moment, or again with the young children in Head Start, but the idea is it's not year to year to year to year. You're hoping maybe if someone comes to you and they need help with their utilities, you get them through maybe a couple of difficult months, if that, to the point where also they can maybe start providing for themselves.
Yeah, and oftentimes our families, that's all that they want.
Yeah, well,
and
sure.
all that they need.
They want to be self-sufficient.
So when incomes are fragile, anything such as snow, so say for instance the children are going to be out tomorrow. Now the food bill has increased. We've had an increase in the amount of our water bill payments, and so that has a ripple effect with families whose incomes, every penny is designated to go somewhere. And so having an organization like ours in place where we're able to help support families and partner with them to do what everyone wants to do, which is to make sure that their family is safe and taken care of.
Yeah, Marvin?
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention about the certification, that's part of our 2-gen whole family approach. We have children that are enrolled in Head Start, and the parents, we would enroll them in our workforce program during the same time that they're in Head Start to avoid any type of daycare costs or any obstacles that the family may face. So just want to make sure that we know that that is part of our 2-gen program, so they have to have a child that's enrolled in Head Start. But to your point about the low-income home energy assistance program, most people believe they have to be in a disconnect status in order to receive assistance, and that's not true.
Meaning, when you say that, meaning that someone who actually has had the power company, NES or whatever, and it's the last resort, turn off their power and they're in the dark.
Or it could be within days.
They can get the help before that.
That's
but you can see
right.
it coming. You know you're not going to make your bill, because they do give you warnings before they shut you down, right?
That is correct. It's usually a 3-day warning. But what we want to encourage people to know is that the low-income home energy assistance program is based on your income. So if you have a current bill and you meet that income requirement, you are eligible for the actual program. And one example I give people all the time, let's say for example your bill is $75. The minimum we would help is $350. So if you do the math, you have a credit of $275.
Oh, yeah, the minimum you would do is meaning like, okay, we'll help you, and you have, but we're going to give you $350. You go over what they need because you have a minimum set. So what would they do with that? That would say that'll buy them maybe some coverage. Does it have to be spent on utility?
Yes.
Okay, so so then 75 out of that, they still have more than 200 left.
A credit of $275.
So that could help them then for the next couple of months maybe,
and
if they need help on utility.
Next month, let's say it's $75 again for the sake of math. Then they still have a credit of $200 that would go toward that next bill. So that credit of $275 based on the amount of their energy bill, it could be 1 month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. So that's why we encourage families to come in now, not at the disconnection, because you could be in a situation where you have a credit, and as Ms. McCready mentioned, if you have some type of emergency, school is out, you need more food, those dollars can go to those resources instead of worrying about if my power is going to be cut off.
That's right. All right, you got to think ahead on that. Now, the key on this is just so folks understand what the financial qualifications are, the income levels. How bad does it have to be for these folks? I mean, where does it start? And I guess it maybe depends on the size of the family.
That is correct.
I so often think, I did a story years ago on an elderly woman who was, and there was a real concern about her safety because her hair had gone out and she needed help. So now someone like that who's on a fixed income, just give me an idea, financially, what does someone like that have to have coming in to qualify? How low?
For a household of one is $18,735.
$18,000 a year. Okay, great. All right.
And then for a family of 4, it's about $38,625. Now this is going to be gross before taxes. So everything is based on the gross before any taxes are taken out.
Those are poverty lines, right? Pretty much, would you say?
That is 150% of the federal poverty guidelines. Yes, sir.
Okay, so they meet those qualifications. By the way, when they come to you, they're probably also, benefiting from other services the state or federal government offers already, right?
They may or may not.
Well, it could be. I mean, you guys don't deal with medical or health stuff, right? But now some of them may be on TennCare, right? Perhaps. And they may be getting other help elsewhere. Do you look at that at all? Or you were saying that you work in conjunction with some of these other organizations, right?
So I guess what you're getting to, if they had other benefits, would it impact what
could
they're
it?
getting?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Okay, that's good. I mean, they qualify for one and they could get another.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. Okay, listen, I want to take a call. We just had one come in from Caroline. Caroline, good morning. How can we help you, Caroline?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My question is about the IT program I heard them speak on. And I'd like to know what the requirements are to be a part of that.
So that's our CompTIA program, and CompTIA is a credential in IT, in the IT world.
Okay.
And so
over my head. All right, go.
mine too,
I just
until
learned something from
we
you.
were doing it. So, but the criteria is that you have a child in Head Start, and so the purpose of
So you have to have a child.
You
in
have to
Head
have
Start.
a child in Head Start, and so we have a small targeted population that we're working with because we have the family in Head Start typically for about 2 years.
Okay.
And so what we're trying to do is load that family with as much resources as we can in order for it to look at the impact overall of the child being in Head Start and the parent being actively engaged in a workforce development program.
Okay.
We have families that have degrees in other areas and can't find a job. We have parents who are totally capable, but they're underemployed. We have some that are not employed. We have families who have come from other countries and their credentials or their degrees hasn't been translated here, so they have to start all over. And so that's the family group that we're working with in order to increase their earning potential. And so that's the criteria. You have a child in our Head Start or our early Head Start program, and you're interested in being involved.
And there has to be a income requirement, right? Again, like the one what you're saying. So, and the idea of the IT, and I probably caught her attention just because, I mean, that's the growing field.
It
right?
absolutely
That's what
is.
it is. If you get into IT and technology and you learn how to work with these computers to that, there's jobs waiting for you.
Absolutely.
That's kind of why you targeted that, right?
We did. We
So
did.
the growth and
we saw the
there's jobs
growth.
needs.
We saw that there was a need for people in those positions. And so what we did was we partnered with families, and we have an incredible team of people that come in and do actual classes. And so it's about 12 weeks. And so as they're going through the class, there are stipends. Their child is in Head Start, and if they have a child that's not at Head Start age, we help with the child care on that. And so, you know, we're building our families up to succeed and to, again, not need programs like ours in the future. Now, our city is very fortunate is that we have other programs that if a family is not in our Head Start family, there are bunches of programs such with Goodwill and some other places that they're doing these same types of credentials that people can go in. And we are encouraging people to really look at the IT field.
Well,
we also have an IT camp or technology camp in the summer, and these are for the teenagers of the Head Start siblings. And so just a lot of opportunity there within our city.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we can talk more about that and also more about Head Start. We can take more phone calls, 737-7587, just about the opportunities that are out there. By the way, it's neat that Nashville has Metro Action Commission. Is there a similar, is it mostly in big cities like Memphis, Knoxville, or is there a Metro Action Commission type thing in, you know, some little city in East Tennessee?
It is. It's 1,000 of us literally throughout the country.
Throughout the country.
That's our network.
And there's a community action agency for each of the counties in the state of Tennessee as well. So if there's somebody watching and they're not in Davidson County, because our program serves Davidson County residents, if they're interested in finding out who that is, they're more than welcome to give us a call, and we can let them know who that community action agency is.
That's exactly what I want to know as we go to break, because we have viewers outside Davidson County.
Yes,
So
exactly.
we'll take a break and be back with more with our fine guests right after this. Stay with us.